In a forgotten corner of a frozen mountain range, something impossible happened. A classified operation, a vanishing strike team, and a gunship battle no one was ever meant to witness. Tonight, we uncovered the Asteron Valley incident mystery buried beneath explosions, metal, and lies. Deep inside the isolated region known only as Sector A-17, a series of strange signals began to disrupt military channels around the world. The disturbance was so powerful that even encrypted systems glitched, as if someone or something inside those mountains was pulling information straight out of the air. The Directorate of Asteron, a technologically advanced but secretive faction, immediately dispatched a covert team called Unit Helix 5 to investigate. Their last transmission was short, panicked, and filled with static. "We found the source. It's not what we expected. Calling immediate evac," and then silence. For 48 hours, no one moved. No one spoke. No one knew what Helix 5 had seen. But on the third night, thermal satellites detected heavy armored movement inside Asteron Valley tanks that shouldn't even exist on paper. To retrieve the missing unit and trace the strange signal, Asteron deployed their most advanced combat helicopter, the GX-47 Valkyrie, piloted by Commander Riven, a man known for breaking rules and surviving missions no one else could. The moment Valkyrie entered the valley, the terrain felt unnatural. Compass readings drifted, radio waves stretched and bent. It was like the air itself was listening. Then, the mountains erupted. From the canyon floor, massive Titan IX Prussia tanks rolled out thick armor, glowing red optics, and engines humming like beasts waking up. They weren't patrolling, they were waiting. Riven didn't hesitate. He swung the Valkyrie sideways, unleashing a rapid burst of missiles. The canyon lit up, fire bouncing off frozen cliffs, dust shaking loose like the earth was trembling. But those tanks weren't ordinary. They backfired instantly, their shells cutting through the air in perfect synchronization. One round missed the helicopter by inches, exploding into a shockwave that slammed the Valkyrie sideways. Riven pulled the gunship up, engines screaming, rotors slicing through the storm of debris. Below him, something stranger was happening. The tanks weren't just shooting, they were positioning, forming a circle around a glowing metallic structure half buried in ice. It pulsed with the same signal Helix 5 had transmitted before disappearing. Riven activated thermal vision. Inside the metallic object, he saw movement. Human silhouettes. 3 of them, alive. It was Helix 5, but before he could descend, the tanks recalibrated. Their turrets slowly tilted upward, all locking onto Valkyrie at the same moment. Riven fired flares, the tanks adjusted. He switched altitude, they matched it. It was as if they were predicting his next move before he even made it. That is when Riven noticed a new detail. Each tank had the same insignia carved into their armor, a symbol Helix 5 had mentioned in their final message. A circle, a line through the center, and an eye that never blinked. The Sentinel program, a project rumored to control autonomous war machines using a classified core signal. A project Asteron had shut down, or so they claimed. Riven realized the truth. Someone had reactivated the system, and the strange signals weren't glitches. They were commands. He dropped to low altitude, using the canyon walls for cover. The tanks fired again, explosions echoing like thunder, flames crawling up the ice. Every hit revealed more of the glowing structure, as if the tanks were risking exposure just to prevent outsiders from reaching it. Riven launched 2 precision missiles, direct hits, but instead of exploding, the tanks absorbed the impact, then redirected their fire toward the metallic structure itself. As if they were protecting whatever was inside, Riven finally saw an opening. He spun the helicopter into a dangerous dive, skidding inches above the ground, and hovered directly over the structure. He shouted into the radio, "Helix 5, if you're alive, move now." 3 figures stumbled out, injured but breathing. Behind them, the structure pulsed again, brighter, almost like a heartbeat. The tanks turned their turrets, not at the helicopter, not at the soldiers, but at the structure. Riven didn't understand until Helix 5's commander whispered the final piece. "It's not a weapon, it's a receiver," and something was sending signals to it. From outside this valley, before Riven could respond, the structure unleashed a blinding wave of energy, knocking out the tanks instantly. Their engines froze, red optics dimming like dying stars. The storm settled. Silence returned. Helix 5 was safe. The structure was dormant. But the question remained, who activated a dead military program? And what was it waiting to receive? To this day, no one knows what kind of intelligence was communicating with Asteron Valley, or why the machines guarded that signal source like a heartbeat that could never stop. One thing is certain, the mission report on the Asteron Valley incident remains classified. And the signal, it hasn't stopped. It only changed frequency. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy uncovering hidden stories and military mysteries, make sure to like and subscribe for more. We'll see you in the next investigation.